Hi there, Mouseketeers. PrincessMinnie here, or Kate, and...
Hey everybody.
John's here with me again today. If you are a returning friend, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around with us through especially this whole fun March Madness pin unboxing. And if you're a new friend, congratulations! Welcome to the Mouseketeer Club or whatever. We have a lot of fun here. But I do recommend going back and watching the videos in this series prior to this one, because this is actually our finals. Our final 4 competitors in our fun Disney mystery pin unboxing competition. Kind of styled after March Madness. I know, guys, it's like April now, but I lost a week of filming in March due to camera trouble, so this really should have been last week's video.
No, the finals are always in April.
They are?
Yeah, March Madness isn't over yet.
This is perfect. There you go. It was planned this way.
I guess there's a possibility it could be over by the time this airs, but not by the time we're filming.
Okay, alright, cool. And we have some really fun things. But before I get into that, I do just want to say a big thank you to frequent commenter and fun subscriber Justin Strawn. Justin, I always look forward to your comments. Love reading them. Thank you so much. You are a real Mouseketeer.
She never compliments me on any of my comments.
No, they're not as good.
They're very critical.
You're my worst critic. That's definitely not true.
Oh no, biggest fan.
Biggest fan, yeah, absolutely. We gotta get you like a t-shirt or something.
Okay, I'll wear it.
Thank you.
I'll also wear t-shirts, so.
Okay, so John came up with a fun idea since this is our final 4. We have 4 beautiful, fun, exciting YouTubers in this series left to go. And,
Do you want me to explain it?
Sure, alright.
Yeah, I thought since we've been pulling at random the whole time, and we haven't wanted to do any kind of seedings, it's just been like fun.
I don't know if everyone out there actually knows what seeding is.
Oh, okay. So like in a lot of sports tournaments, and especially in March Madness, they'll seed by like your record in the regular season. You from like 1 to the lowest number, which in March Madness is 16.
They'll give you a number.
And the favorite teams have the lower numbers. So
like the team that does the best is team number 1, and the team that does the worst is team 16, right?
Yes. So like 1 faces 16 in the first round because they have the easiest matchup. We didn't do that in this because we weren't making any like channel judgments, which is a fun thing.
Yeah, no, we weren't saying like this channel is the best channel and this channel is the worst channel. That's just not what this is about.
Yeah, it's just a fun pin thing. But we thought instead of doing, because we're not doing that, we could instead like open a mystery bag and see who pulled the best pin out of this bag, and they'd get the 1 seed. And then it would kind of just be a fun way to like start and get us to see a few extra pins.
I think it might make more sense as we actually do it.
Yeah, they're probably like, this is
kind of hard. I feel like if you're a sports person and you get it, you're like, okay, I got it. But if you're not, I think this is like, what are you talking about?
So it's like one of 2 things. It's like if you're a sports fan, you're like, that sounds cool. If you're not, you're like, I just get to see more pins.
This is our way of bringing more pins into this video.
We're basically trying to give you a deal here. Like,
more pins for the price of 1 video.
Exactly. Yeah.
There we go. Alright, so I showed John a whole bunch of pin bag options, and he decided he really liked this cuties bag.
Yeah, and I also were trying to pick a bag where it might be the easiest to pick which were the cutest from like 1 to 4.
Well, I actually disagree. I think that most of the pins in this bag are great. So John thought this was going to be like really easy to figure out which we thought were the best ranked pins and the worst ranked pins. But I disagree. I think these are all really adorable. So, I mean, depending on what comes out of here, there are a couple I like less, but I like all of these. And the cool thing is I've only opened this bag maybe once. Oh, so cool. I haven't seen most of them, and I really could use them for my collection.
Alright, cool. So I guess we'll still pick the cards at random. So we'll say like...
Right, yeah. We'll pick a card, then we'll pick a pin. We'll pick a card and a pin.
And we'll decide which ones are our favorite pins in the set, and then the favorite pin gets seed 1, all the way down to seed 4.
And of course, we only have 4 people left. We have 5 pins, so the first pin we pull, or maybe it should be the last pin we pull.
Okay, the one that doesn't get picked.
The last pin, the pin that is not picked for any team. That's really sad. It will just be a fun bonus pin that we all get to look at. All right, let me go ahead and show you the options. So obviously you got this super cutie on the front there, baby Simba, love it. There are 16 options. You got classics like Mickey and Minnie and Donald, but then you also have some like fun guys that don't get on a lot of things like Mushu. Do you guys have like a clear top 5, bottom 5 in this bag? Because I think that for the most part they're all pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up. Now we'll pick YouTuber first. John's gonna go ahead and shuffle all the cards. What I thought was really interesting though, John, is like all the cards that are left are pink or yellow.
Yeah, I guess they can see that from there.
Yeah, I don't want to see it though. But yeah, no green or blue cards survived. So
and we
sad.
And we could have Kate pick it at random, and then I'll pick the pin out.
That's fair. All right, I'm just gonna go for the side. So our first YouTuber is...
First in the final 4.
Rawan from the Disney Damsels. Congratulations on the final 4, Rawan. Okay, John, go ahead and pick Rawan a pin.
All right, good
I
luck.
don't know if there's anything in here that like screams Rawan to me before you say it. I'm just gonna see.
Oof. Rawan's...
Maybe she likes Peter Pan, so Peter Pan or Tinkerbell I think would be the best pin for her.
Well, this might be this pin for her. We got a much better pin, Rawan.
Oh, okay.
Mushu.
Mushu is one of our favorite characters in all of Disney.
Mushu's already a cute character.
Yeah,
like
he
a
already
funny
is
character,
cute.
and he's awesome in this pin. I actually think he's the reason I wanted to use this pin set. He looks
wow.
super devious. He actually is like almost a... He actually feels more of an authentic Chinese dragon in this pin. Which
There's
I think,
a lot of curvature to him. It's very beautiful.
yeah, so he's really, really cool.
There he is, Mushu. I feel like with the wisdom set that came out recently with Mushu, everyone's kind of on the Mushu bandwagon. But we've definitely been Mushu fans since the beginning. So we're just gonna go ahead and start our board off here with Rawan getting Mushu. Now, I do like Mushu, but I thought there were some cute pins in that set, so I'm not willing to say that's, you know, pin number 1 yet.
Yeah, we're not saying Rawan's got the 1 seed.
No,
but
I'm not sure.
I'd be surprised if she wasn't 1 or 2.
Yeah, I would be surprised though, to be honest. Okay.
So you're...
And so essentially how it's going to work is the person who gets the top seed, number 1, will face off against team 4, and teams 2 and 3 will face off against each other. Again, if you're a sports person, this makes perfect sense, and if you're not, just bear with us. You're going to see some more pins.
Just hang along for the ride.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I feel like I know where the colors are. Go ahead and shuffle. Yeah, mix them up again.
All right, they're good.
Okay, so pulled this card, and this is going to be the second person we pulled mystery pin for, and it is Vicky, Vixxen Lost in Disney, and this was your favorite card to start with.
It was. Welcome to the final 4, Vicky. I've been pulling for you all along. I'll try to pull well for you, because I think you're the only one that repped Vanellope von Schweetz.
John's a big Vanellope fan, apparently.
Yeah, she has the best song in the new movie.
I do really. That's my favorite part of the new Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Breaks the Internet. I did really like her song.
All right, I think this is a middling pin in this set.
Okay.
But it is cute. It's Simba.
Well, he is the super cute character on the front of the bag.
Yeah, I actually think even though in most pin sets I think Simba's just an average pull, this may be one of the best Simba pins that I've seen.
It is undeniably adorable.
So I think if when we rank them at the very end, this could do better than I initially think, because my gut always goes Simba's okay, but I think he's really good in this set.
All right. I'm not a huge Simba or Lion King collector, but I think that this would probably be one of my favorite Lion King pins. Honestly, I think he's really reminding me of a little, a little real house cat, I guess. I really like his puffed out chest, and his ears are so adorable, and his little paws. Really loving that. Okay, Vicky, you're going on the board, girl. Okay, so we pulled 1 yellow card and 1 pink card. We got Mushu and Simba. Let's see who is next.
All right, I'm mixing these up, so don't look at the colors. You might know who they are.
I probably would remember. All right, just this card, and this also determines who's last. Okay, so we got a yellow card, and that means that is Taryn of the channel TwinkleBellTerryn. So we're going to pull a mystery pin for her in just a second. Oh, I'm realizing now that we didn't say what pin would have been like perfect for Vicky. There's no villains on here, Vicky, so maybe Mike Wazowski would have been perfect for her. I know she's a Monsters, Inc. fan. But in terms of Taryn, there's no Daisy on here. That's really disappointing. And I know she doesn't like Donald as much as we do. She's a big Daisy fan. I'm sorry.
And now Taryn's the 4 seed. Enjoy
I'm
losing,
so sorry,
Taryn.
Taryn. I just spilled your secret to John. I think, Alice. I guess Alice in Wonderland would probably be like the best possible character for Taryn to
All right, let's see what we pull.
Let's see. Oh, I'm closing my eyes.
All right, this is freaky. It's Alice.
No way! That's really cool! Oh, she's pretty cute, actually.
Yeah. Alice looks a lot better as a pin than on the back. I actually thought I was worried her face was going to be a little mangled.
Yeah.
Her face looks scrunched on the back, but I think it's just, probably like, when you move an image smaller.
Oh, yeah.
It looks bad. Like, it actually looks great.
Pins typically look a lot better.
It's very cartoony and simplified, but in a nice way.
I really do like this. I kind of wish they did all the princesses in this style.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Thank you. Okay, so now I'm definitely not feeling sure of this seating at all because I think all 3 characters we've pulled have been darling, but I am so in love with her hair and her dress in this pin. All right, Taryn is getting to go on the board with the perfect pin for her. So far, I would say Taryn of the 3 has gotten the best possible pin for her likes.
Okay, so maybe we'll factor that in.
We might need to factor that in because that was the whole point of this March Madness Mystery Series too, was to pick pins that were like good for that or reminiscent of that YouTuber.
Yeah, because it's all, I mean, it is all luck in the end.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, if it really reps the channel too, we'll factor it in. If I want to say if it's like very close to a tie,
yeah,
I wouldn't like skew it to overall for an overall match, but I thought someone else had a better pin.
Yeah. All right, now finally, there's no guessing at this point or picking at random. It's Karen of Karen's USA Adventures. Welcome to the Final 4, Karen.
All right.
And if I had to pick, oh, I'm just realizing Rawan's perfect one. I totally didn't even notice Hercules. That would have been her perfect one. Okay. In terms of Karen, I feel like she would like Dopey. I feel like she would like Mike Wazowski. I feel like she would probably like Jiminy Cricket.
You have Mickey on her card.
I really feel like Mickey is the perfect one for Karen. Karen is very reminiscent to me of like classic Walt and Mickey.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna shake these up. So only 2 left. Just reach in and pick one. Don't try to feel the edges or anything.
I haven't been doing it the
Keep
whole time.
them honest.
All right, it's Peter Pan.
Okay.
Again,
Not my fave.
His face looks cool. I think the pin is like a little, because he's like a child. Like his pin, he's very thin, so the pin itself feels a little smaller. Like Alice had more, like the pin was a little bigger.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. Her dress billowed out, so I liked that about it. So yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed by Peter Pan.
I will say, it's just for me, Peter Pan is my least favorite character we've pulled, but he is
true.
cute. Like, this is, I think, the cutest I've ever seen Peter Pan look.
Yeah, this is actually a great set. Like, I actually say people should definitely buy this pin set. They're actually very nice.
No, what I will say, this is kind of perfect for Karen because what's the whole thing with Peter Pan? Like, never grow up, right? And I feel like Karen hasn't, like, in the best possible way. Like, cause,
yeah,
you know,
that's a compliment from us.
It's totally a compliment. Like, just like embracing Disney, and so many people think of Disney, they think like, oh, that's for kids, you know, and they have like a negative view on adults loving Disney. But I know everybody out here watching feels the exact opposite of that. So that Karen is such a great representation of like just keeping that childlike spirit, and I love that. And here is Peter. There is a Tinkerbell in the set, and I'm assuming he's supposed to be like looking up at Tinkerbell, looking down at him. So I do think that would be better on like a pin board if you did have Tinkerbell. But he's looking pretty cute, and I do enjoy the colors in this set, and I do like that you can see the red feather or whatever that is in his green hat. Okay, we're adding Karen to the board. And there we go. Now, before we seed these, meaning we give them a number from 1 to 4, best pin to our least favorite pin, because I'm not going to say, and none of these are bad. None of them are bad pins. They're just, you know, our preferences. Let's go ahead and see who did not get picked. Which pin?
Oh, I actually think all of our channels will be excited that this is the pin that was left off. It's the worst of the 5 pins.
Ooh.
It's Chip.
Oh, I agree. Okay.
And we like Chip and Dale. We actually have voted Chip and Dale through for a few people during the competition.
Yeah, we like Chip and Dale, but you don't want to get Chip or Dale. You want to get both of them.
This might be the ugliest Chip I've ever seen.
I don't actually think I like it at all. Why does he look like an old man?
I actually think when you show him up close.
Yeah, do you want to show him a little bit?
His eyes, the way they scooped the eyes up, almost looks like that type of owl that has like way too big, like almost like eyebrows. I don't know how to describe it. Like the eyes are sunken in.
Okay.
It doesn't look like a chipmunk.
I don't think he looks like a chipmunk, and I think he looks old. Like there's something, he has like a white thing here, and it kind of looks like a wet old man mustache to me.
Maybe the problem was that Chip and Dale are already just cute characters.
They had a hard time making them cutesier.
In an effort to make them cutesier, they just uglied them up.
Oh, well, good thing nobody got this one.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Chip. Sound off down below in the comments if you are getting an old man vibe from him. What's with the pose? This is such a weird look to me. I do not care for this pin. I'm so glad that this was the pin that was not chosen for any of my friends. And here's a slightly closer view of our board. Rawan rocking Mushu, Vicky rocking Simba, Karen rocking Peter Pan, and Taryn rocking Alice. I think these are all really cute. I'm starting to form, though, a top to bottom in my head, so I am really interested to see John's thoughts on this as well. Okay, I think for me it's easier to start with the 4 seed, my least favorite pin.
I kind of agree. I feel like I have a firm 1-2 and a firm 3-4.
I do as well.
But they're like shuffling. I think the top 2 pins are obvious, and the bottom 2 pins are obvious.
And you know what? I kind of think they're almost grouped here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
let's see if we agree. My 1 and 2 are Mushu and Alice, but I'm just not sure of the order.
Yes, feel the exact same way.
Okay, and then my 3, 4, and I'm just not sure of the order, are Simba and Peter Pan.
So we fully agree.
We fully agree. So essentially we're saying that the yellow cards have our favorite pins and the pink cards have our least favorite pins. So, but we're not sure whether we're, you know, what those matchups are necessarily going to be. It will be a favorite against a least favorite though, essentially.
I have a gut read on what I'm leaning towards on 1.
Me too.
I'm leaning slightly Alice.
You have actually stunned me. I have never ever seen you go against like Mushu. I thought for sure that was going to be a fight of which Alice or Mushu was better.
Yeah, every part of my being wants to vote Mushu, but I think Mushu actually kind of looks cooler. Like, I actually think he's like, I view this set as it's supposed to be cutesy, and I think Alice nails cute. Like, that's like a perfect, like depiction of a cuter Alice. Whereas I think Mushu almost kind of looks like a cool like high schooler. Maybe like a cool like tween. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
He's like being a little weird. Like, he's trying to be cool. So like, I think I don't know. Cutesy is the perfect depiction. So I'd go Alice 1, Mushu 2.
All right. What I would say, and I think I'm going to agree with you, is that to me, I would probably like any Mushu pin that was ever made, and I like this one.
Yes.
I would not necessarily like every Alice pin made, but I love this one. So I think that slightly sways me to be saying that Alice is my number 1 pin and Mushu is my number 2 pin.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we agree for different reasons.
So we agree on that one. So then we have to decide Simba between Peter Pan. And I mean, to me, it's very obvious.
Well, you're not a huge Peter Pan fan.
I'm not.
So I feel like that means you put him at 4.
Simba doesn't like to hold up his card. I would put Simba at 3 and Peter Pan at 4.
I'm not gonna put up a fight. I mean, to me it's too close to call, but I don't have a passion enough like answer to disagree.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with Simba holding down the 3 spot.
Okay, so now we just need to rearrange this board a little bit to actually show off the complete matchups, because again, the top pin needs to go against the bottom pin and the 2 middle pins face off. So that would be Alice against, actually it's perfect.
They're all set up.
It's just opposite of how I would have done it.
Yep.
Because Alice will go against Peter Pan and Mushu will go against Simba. So that means Taryn's opponent is Karen and Rawan's opponent is Vicky. And I have to admit, now, if Rowan and Terryn both win their respective matchups, that's going to be a little sad because they're like really good friends. And so I'm kind of glad that this is how the Final 4 worked out. I really was thinking about the pins, and not the YouTubers when it came to the seeding. So now that I'm noticing that, I'm pretty pleased.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like it's a fun thing either way. And 2 friends facing off it will be a fun finals if that is how it like plays out.
Yeah.
I think we should do the 1 versus 4 seed first.
Okay, so that's going to be the Taryn Karen matchup. All right. Now I picked out some. I knew the 4 YouTubers who were going to be in this ultimately, so I did pick out a couple, but I do want your help picking, like narrowing it down a little bit. All right. Okay, so John actually kind of changed things up on me, and he has strong feelings about the Karen box. I really do like this box though, but John is going to pull for Karen because he pulled for her in her first winning round, and because she won, Karen's like really feeling John, I think, right now, so we're going to let that little love fest continue.
I feel like we're both competitive. Karen's the 4 seed, so we're underdogs. We're
from Philly, we love being underdogs.
And I said I wanted to go back to how we got through the first round and bring back the air balloon adventure pins.
That's not the name, but go for it.
I've renamed them.
Good. Air Balloon Adventures.
Air Balloon Adventures, or the Karens.
The Karen USA Adventure.
There we go. We're gonna got us through round 1. It's gonna get us to the finals.
All right. And for Terryn, in the middle rounds, the Elite 8 rounds, a Star Wars box carried her to victory. So we're gonna try that again, Terryn. I'm gonna open these Star Wars pins for you. And off camera, John had some really complimentary things to say about this box.
Yeah, these are. Sometimes when they do Star Wars pins, I don't love them because sometimes they're a little too obvious, or they use most of the pin just to say the character's name.
Okay.
These are just
I don't know if I've ever seen that, but alright.
No, they'll be like a picture of R2-D2, but I'll say R2-D2 across the whole pin.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
These are just the faces or just a cool background, and I think
they're a nice set.
They're more striking than most of the pins.
And I will say for this set, I've only ever gotten one of these pins as a random, like I got a grab bag from a Facebook seller, and I got the pin and I actually really liked it. And I think they're pretty big from what I remember. The hot air balloons are also pretty large for what they are, and they have 2 pin posts. Like, that's pretty impressive.
So these are going to be cool pins no matter what.
I agree. The only thing that would be, like, not great for Karen is if we got the same 2 pins we got the last one, unless there's some disappointing Star Wars pins, I guess. I really don't feel like either of these boxes has a huge advantage over the other.
I think it's a good matchup, and I think the 1 seed should open up with the first pin.
Okay, well, let me show them the options at the camera. For our number 1 seed, Taryn, we're going to open up this Star Wars mystery pin set. You see it has Rey on the front, so it is like reminiscent of the current trilogy. And here are the characters on the back. Because I already have only one of this set and I have a lot of the hot air balloons, we're completely just going to go based on the pin. I will tell you I already have this Captain Phasma pin and I think it's amazing. So that would be a strong pin. I like Kylo Ren. I do like Rey. I think Snoke's kind of cool. We always like, any kind of stormtrooper, no matter what kind of stormtrooper or who it is. And they're ones I'm a little less excited about. So we'll see what we get. And for our 4 seed Karen, we have the Adventure is Out There hot air balloon set. I really think this is a lovely box, and I think all the pins are pretty good. There are some that like don't rock my socks off, but there are some I really do like and that I still do need, but I'm not gonna let that cloud my opinion. I would say my tops are probably Mickey, Minnie, and Rapunzel, and I really don't want to see Dopey or Pinocchio. Okay, it's our first matchup for the final 4. All right, you said that I'm going to open one of Taryn's first because she's the number 1 seed?
Yeah.
See what we're starting with?
The higher seed should go first.
Okay. It seems very fair. These are all the same shape, so I'm not getting any kind of, and yours are too. All right.
Yeah, they're all going to be hot air balloons.
All right, let's see what we got. Should I go for it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first pin we are opening up with is Rey! Ooh. That's a nice one. It's not necessarily my favorite pin, but it's definitely one I like. So it's a good start. I like the colors a lot.
Yeah, actually,
I think this line is supposed to be representing her lightsaber.
It is, and they kind of like did a cool like color blocking scheme. That's kind of what it is, right? Like,
yeah, the artistry on these pins is pretty nice.
Like to the left of what is supposed to be her lightsaber, it's like very dark blue, and I think that kind of makes the pin look nicer.
Well, I guess that would be the nod to Luke's lightsaber color.
Yep.
As well. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I'm sorry, but we are. So I'm feeling this pin. I think my only thing I don't like about this pin is Rey's hairstyle, but that's not the pin's fault. I think that's just the design, like whoever designed Rey's hairstyle's fault.
I think that is her hairstyle in the most recent movie.
Yeah, so. I don't care for it, but that's just my opinion about the character's hairstyle from the movie. Again, not a nag on this pin. All right, that's a pretty good one. So hopefully you have a pretty good one to follow it up with.
It's the cover of the box. Main hero of the main hero of the story, so I guess that would have to be one of the best pulls. I mean, it's up there.
It's up there for me. I tend to kind of like the bad guys more in Star Wars, so I'd really like to follow her up with like Kylo Ren, Phasma, Snoke, something like that.
Oh yeah, the only problem people have with Rey is she's a little one note. So I think but she's still cool. So it's a good pull.
What do we got?
Ooh.
What hot air balloon?
We pulled Rapunzel.
Oh, that is a nice one. That was one of my top 3.
Karen delivered. So not only... So we got Rapunzel.
I mean, I bought the box, but okay.
Whatever. Cool princess, and it's got that like really cool sun symbol. That's for the movie.
The Corona sun.
Was that like the kingdom symbol?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe.
We'll say it is.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks really cool. My favorite color is purple, so that's a nice little benefit. So I mean, Karen, I'm just gonna assume her favorite color is purple too.
Well, it is now Karen, isn't it?
It's your favorite color now. So it's a really cool pin, really cool symbol, cool princess.
Can I take a look at it? And do you see all the little Pascals?
Oh, I did not, but that's a nice addition.
This is a pretty good pin.
Top pull, and actually, despite the fact that she's very small in the pin, her face looks fine, which is a risk on pins.
It's especially a risk if you know Rapunzel pins. They never, ever get Rapunzel's face right. She always looks so weird.
But I would say no mangled face. They did a good job with the face. So.
All right.
All right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at these closer to the camera. Karen got this really lovely Ray pin. I'm so enjoying it. I definitely am growing my Star Wars collection, especially because we're going to be in Disney on May the 4th. I'm so excited about that. So I'm hoping getting whatever like limited release pin or limited edition pin, whatever it is that they come out with then. And again, we're saying like this is reminiscent of her lightsaber. I really like the serenity in her pose. I think this is very, very lovely. Definitely looks like a little piece of art on a pin. And here we have the Rapunzel pin. I'm trying not to let it sway me that I needed this pin to complete the set. Rapunzel is not my favorite princess to collect because I do think that a lot of pins of her do not look so good, but her face in this looks very sweet. It's nice and simple. Again, the sun is beautiful. It's all glittery. The purple is lovely, a little pink here. I think that this is a really cool one. You see the little pascals also on the balloon. So I do think this is really nice. It's a great start. Okay, am I opening first, or are we going back and forth?
It's back and forth. So the better seed will go first and last. So you get an advantage.
See, I don't know everything about sports, guys. All right,
no, I'm just kind of making that up.
Oh.
It's just decided it here.
Logic. All right. All right. Well, so what is Karen's second air balloon?
Oh, I actually think maybe even a nicer pin.
He would say that no matter what it was, though.
It's Minnie Mouse.
Oh, I do love, obviously Princess Minnie. Love me some Minnie.
She looks awesome. I mean, I think the hot air balloon isn't as striking as on the Rapunzel pin, just because it had a lot of cool designs.
I really love the
it's kind of an
old-fashioned Minnie look on this pin, though.
Classic Minnie. She looks great. Her hand looks really good. So I think the small images are the characters on it, where the balloon's more prominent, but I think this Minnie is really, really well done.
I do think they could have done more in her basket. That's a little lacking in detail to me. Because Rapunzel's basket was more detailed.
It was, but Minnie pops on the pin.
So yeah, that's some good detail, but let's see if Taryn can bring, I was gonna say Karen, oops, that was a slip. But if Taryn can bring it with this second pin, I'm really hoping for a bad guy. There's some good guys I still would like, though, but a bad guy would definitely help it for me.
There's some good guys that would be really bad pulls. There's some of the worst pulls in this set.
I don't want to say it just in case it's one of them, but let's look. I do like the size of these pins, though.
Yeah,
they're very hefty.
Let's see.
I'm so nervous, Taryn. Oh, good one. Okay, who I didn't want? I didn't want Finn. Or his Luke.
Oh, I was thinking Finn or the girl that was introduced.
Well, no, her real name is Rose, right?
Yeah.
Or is her name of the character?
Maybe Rose? It is. It's not really
Rose is the character. Those were the three I didn't want.
It's just that the storyline they gave those two characters was really bad in the most recent movie.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like a throwaway, like nothing, like what did they, like why did they even have to do anything they did? It didn't really matter that much.
Maybe they'll be better characters in the future, but they're not now. Yeah. So I think that's a risk.
Plus, I like me some bad guys, so here we have a Stormtrooper. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is not a specific Stormtrooper. This is just a Stormtrooper.
I mean, he could be a specific Stormtrooper.
Because I feel like the only time they ever do like a specific Stormtrooper is when they want to identify Finn in the movie, so they give him the bloody handprint.
Or they have numbers, but you can't really tell.
That's true.
I don't think you can see the numbers on this.
So my apologies out there, Star Wars fans, if I don't know who this Stormtrooper is. It might just be, I'm thinking it's just like random Stormtrooper, but we're a big fan of the Stormtroopers, so.
Just Stormtroopers in general.
It's a pretty good pin. I really like the artistry on it. There is even some splatter on his uniform, like he's seen some things.
Yeah, this is a really cool Stormtrooper.
I like him. So here's that Stormtrooper, and I do think this just looks like artwork. I really enjoy this set. I like how it looks. We're big Stormtrooper fans. I think this looks super dramatic. And so this is the set that is representing Terryn. Pretty good pins. Here is Karen's second hot air balloon, and I'm only realizing at camera like how pretty the blue in the background is. Like that's my favorite color right now, that like Cinderella blue. It's even hard to get this one to focus because it's so glittery. Minnie looks super friendly in this pin. I love her. I definitely do prefer more of a modern Minnie look, but my sister loves this old school Minnie, so it has a special place in my heart. And then here was Rapunzel again. So Karen got herself two lovely lady pins. Very sparkly. So before we decide the winner of that matchup, Karen or Terryn, we are going to open pins for our number 2 and 3 seed, Rowan and Vicki. So I'm going to have John help me pick those out, and then we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Okay guys, so after some deliberation about pin boxes and YouTuber preferences, we decided for Rawan And I guess I'm going to open for Rawan because you've been pulling for Vicky this whole time, like you said.
Sounds right.
And I'm pulling for you, Rawan. I'm going to open this Hollywood Studios mystery pin set. We've opened it, I think, a couple of times, but only as a tiebreaker, in overtime.
It's been an overtime set.
And I really wanted it to get a chance to shine, but also Rawan reminds me of Hollywood Studios in the sense that, like, when I think of Hollywood Studios, which is my second favorite park, like, tied almost neck and neck with Animal Kingdom, I think of, like, old Hollywood and I think of glamour, and Rawan is very glamorous.
That's nice.
She's always extremely, beautifully put together, and I could just see her really fitting in with, like, an old Hollywood set. So I also really happen to love this box, and I'd be really happy with a lot of the pins being pulled. And then Vicky's box, we did this for Vicky before in the Elite 8 round, but we're gonna try it again. It's the Toy Story limited release box, and there are so many pins in this set. There are 14 options, and they're all like the wooden toy character blocks featuring characters. And I do want to complete this set very badly, and I just keep getting like doubles.
Well, if she's getting victories, you might as well keep using the same box.
That's true. And actually, this is the box that won Vicky overtime the first time.
Oh, so Vicky.
It's actually.
There's a lot of things saying Vicky's gonna win this.
Oh, no.
Well, here's the thing. Me and Vicky have this to say. Rawan is apparently very glamorous. We support that. She will look very glamorous at the loser after party, where she will be the star.
Wow.
Vicky said it, not me.
Don't be putting that on Vicky.
I heard her.
But let me see that, please.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So I will say that you might think there's a little bit of an unfair advantage because the Toy Story is limited release and Hollywood Studios is just open edition. But John and I actually lean towards preferring the open edition one. So it's kind of like.
Even.
It's pretty even. Like, this is not the best limited release set I've ever seen in my life, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, nothing much detail.
Yeah, and I think that the quality of all the pins from the set are very nice. So it's pretty even to me, honestly. So I will be opening up this Hollywood Studios box in honor of Rawan, and we have a couple of these pins now, but we're going to just do it on the character. So the ones I would really like to get, Maleficent, I would like to get Tinkerbell, and I would like to get Jack, so kind of this whole row. We've already gotten Lightning, Stitch, and Mickey, but I think those are good pulls. We've also already gotten Mr. Incredible, and I don't want to get him again at all. I think Mike, Buzz are cute, and Kermit is like, he's okay. I like Kermit, but he does have, of all the parks, he does remind me most of Hollywood Studios. It's just he doesn't scream Disney to me. And in Vicky's honor, John will be opening up the Toy Story Land box. I am most wanting Buzz and the Toy Story Alien, but I do think a lot of these are cute. I would also like to get Slinky Dog, Bullseye. There are a lot of cute ones, actually. I just happen to have a few of these already. And again, trying not to let that sway me, but you never know. Ooh, I'm just realizing that this matchup is very Hollywood Studios themed anyway because Toy Story Land is in Hollywood Studios. Way to make that connection late, Kate. Okay, so now you open first.
Oh, I'm the 2 seed?
You'll, Vicky actually had the 3 seed.
No, so you were
with
first.
Simba. Oh, okay, I'm going first again because Ron had the number 2 seed with that Mushu pin. I'm still kind of surprised that you didn't pick that one to begin with.
It was hard. I think Mushu was very upset.
Aww.
He was betrayed.
Well, he's no Great Stone Dragon, you know what I mean?
Because Mulan's the Great Stone Dragon.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No, that's true. That's a great.
There's a theory out there that Mulan is actually the Great Stone Dragon. We've discussed this in our household ad nauseum, so I am not looking forward to doing it right now.
We can't do it. It's quick.
Go for it.
All right, the Great Stone Dragon, in theory, doesn't wake up, but we know that all the other ancestors did, and we also know that Mushu was able to be woken up. I don't buy that the Great Stone Dragon is just sleeping or broken. It makes way more sense that Mulan is just the reincarnated protector of her family, and so the Great Stone Dragon was already awake, and the statue now no longer represented the Guardian, and it was just a statue. So the Guardian was already awake, never needed Mushu in the first place. Mulan is the protector of the family. So she is the Great Stone Dragon.
I like it. I like the symbolism of that theory. I just also kind of feel like it's, I feel like that's one of those things that was not necessarily intended by the filmmakers. It's just like a nice thing that we think of afterwards, and that fits kind of and sounds good.
Oh, also, another reason why, and I don't think this is in the main theory, but Mushu consistently has to wake Mulan up because she constantly oversleeps, so he literally wakes up the Great Stone Dragon constantly.
I can remember one scene of that.
I don't know, but one very prominent one. He has to wake up to go to training. He's like, get up. He gives her like the cool eggs that are like in the porridge.
I do like that scene. All right, so I mean that's fine. I like it. Yep. I like that theory.
Yep, it's not a theory. It's just true.
Oh, okay. So back to where we were. I'm starting. I know you'd probably most like to see Jack from that set.
Yeah, Jack's the coolest.
All right, let's see what we have. Okay, we have Stitch, and Stitch is a great character. He actually used to be one of my absolute fave Disney characters, and the very first time John took me to Disney, my 2 goals were to buy something Stitch and buy something Toy Story Alien, and I still have the Stitch. He used to be right up here that I bought from our very first Disney trip, and I'm actually rekindling my love and affection for Stitch. If this were the first time I opened him, I think I'd be like crazy over the moon excited. I am like happily excited to get a second one of him. I'll probably gift this to a friend since I already do have it, or maybe trade it out, but I do think that is an awesome pin.
Yeah, that's a good pull. That's gotta be a top 3 pull in the set.
Yeah, it's a pretty great character, and these pins themselves are just all really cool looking.
So that's a great start. You have a good chance to win.
Okay.
But we're still going to.
Who are your favorite Toy Story characters?
Oh, easily number 1 is Ham.
Okay, now I did already get Ham, but that's okay because we're gonna try not to say too much about doubles.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Ham. What's the T-Rex guy's name? Just Rex?
Rex.
Yeah,
I don't think I got Rex.
Those are my top 2.
I do like Rex.
I think they're by far the most fun in the movie. They're like friends in the movie, so I think that's really fun. I guess after that, it would probably be like maybe Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, I think I might have gotten Mr. Potato Head during maybe Vlogmas or something, but I think he's a great character.
And then maybe Bo Peep 4th. Like,
if Bo Peep is in this box, this will be like my 5th Bo Peep opening.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So even though I love her so much, and I love her pin so much, it's going to be hard for me to vote for it again.
All right, well,
that's the danger you take opening up another box.
Let's see what we got.
Box. What color is it?
It's red.
Okay, it's red. I don't have a... Wait, where is that
It's
box?
not Ham, though.
It's red and it's not Ham! Oh, that means it's already a good start because it's either Bullseye or Wheezy. I hope it's Bullseye.
It's Wheezy.
Okay, I still like Wheezy, though. That's cool.
Wheezy is really cool. I wanted to name him as one of my favorites. I just didn't know his name.
Yeah.
I just knew he was singing Penguin.
He is funny. Now, he's not one of, like, in my opinion, the main characters, so that is not, like, that downgrades it a slight bit for me.
That's fair.
But I do, like, can I see it and just kind of... He's pretty. This silhouette is nice on the pin.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I don't know if I would have put him in red. I might have made Wheezy blue.
I understand that. I don't think red makes the most sense for him, but I think it's a nice pin. I think we're probably trailing right now. I think Stitch versus Wheezy. I mean, Stitch has a big.
Yeah, he's like a bigger character.
And the Stitch pin is very nice. So we're not gaining ground anywhere. I think we're behind.
I would say I'm actually feeling very similarly towards both pins. This is a close one for me. And I do think the fact that Wheezy is new for me is influencing me, and I'm going to try not to because I do think Stitch is the better pin.
Yeah, Stitch
so I would say Stitch is in the lead right now, but Wheezy is not a bad start at all.
We're not about. We're in the middle, and I think the middle's a fine spot to be.
Yeah, upper middle, too, I would say.
Yeah.
Here's that Stitch pin. I love how happy he looks. He's definitely ready for his close-up. These pins are really, really cool in style. I do really enjoy how it says Hollywood Studios down at the bottom. Here is Wheezy. If you asked me to name my favorite Toy Story characters, I probably wouldn't say Wheezy. He's a little forgettable for me in that sense, but I do actually think he's a great character when I can remember him. And I do think that the silhouette of this pin is remarkable. I think it's so cute, and I love looking at him singing into the microphone. This is a tough one, guys. Okay, next Hollywood Studios pin. We had a strong start. Now, last time we opened this, it was Stitch and Mickey. I'm going to say I do hope it's not Mickey. Even though he's a great character, he would be a little middle for me. Just because I really want Maleficent, Tink, and Jack.
Alright, we opened up double red pins.
Oh, okay.
And this one is Ham.
Oh, we do like Ham.
So I think we brought it. Now, one thing I wasn't considering. So Ham is my favorite character in Toy Story. I actually prefer the Wheezy pin.
Really? Oh, just because of the silhouette?
Ham's silhouette is just like, it looks just like a piggy bank. So it's a block shape, whereas Wheezy, at least you got the microphone.
Yeah.
So I think I got the character I really, really wanted, and I think that's a big thing for our chances. I do just think, surprisingly, I actually prefer the Wheezy pin.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that there were 2 red pins in this box. I actually thought they always switched up the colors.
Oh, I just think it's always random.
I think that if this were Bullseye, I'd be more excited. But
Bullseye.
Bullseye's the other red one.
Oh, I know. I just was surprised.
But if, then I'd have all the red pins from the set.
Okay.
But if I hadn't had ham before, like I'm just kind of trying to look at it in a neutral fashion, I'd be so thrilled to get ham.
Oh yeah, he's such a cool character.
I do think that was a very successful box.
I think so too. I think we put ourselves in a position to win. We just kind of need this pin to be lackluster.
Let's see what it is. Well, it is kind of lackluster.
Ooh.
It's the same box we opened before. It's Mickey Mouse. And I feel so bad saying that Mickey's lackluster. It's just...
It's middle of the road for the set.
Okay, it's like, you know how you were saying on the hand pin, it's just his silhouette? Yeah. I mean, it's just Mickey's, like, face. Like, I know it's all their faces, but I felt like I really wanted Maleficent because she has that striking green face. And it's like, Mickey, he's cute. He's so sweet. That's kind of like it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not explaining myself properly.
No, I get you. Because I think with Mickey, it's the all-around persona.
Right.
So it's not, you don't see Mickey and it doesn't instantly strike you as much as, say, Maleficent's face, like you said.
Right.
Or, like, Stitch making some, like, weird smile.
Right.
They're instantly give you, like, but I think it's Mickey's all-around persona, like, just walking around bumbling and, like, being weird. And I think his face doesn't always give you that same feeling.
Yeah. So I would say this is an intensely close matchup because I'm having the same feelings opening both boxes. Like, they were successful boxes. We didn't get like any ones I didn't want. We got middle to high, I would say.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. So for Vicky, we pulled this ham pin. I think it's actually a really, really fun pin. Such a great character. We're just saying the silhouette might be a little like more boring when you compare it to how Wheezy also has that microphone. It's a little more special, the first pin. And here's Mickey. I don't want you to think I don't like this pin. I do like this pin. I just kind of had my heart set on a few others, and I just think it's a little middle of the road, I guess. But we did start out with that really cute Stitch pin, so I think overall this was a super successful box. And that, folks, is our final 4. So the 8 pins that make up this round. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first matchup up here, which, well, actually it was our second matchup, wasn't it? It's usually the other way around, folks. So we had Stitch and Mickey from the Hollywood Studios box versus Ham and Wheezy from the Toy Story Land box. And then our very first matchup, we had the Stormtrooper and Rey representing the Star Wars mystery set, and we had Rapunzel and Minnie Mouse for the Hot Air Balloon Mystery Adventure Is Out There set. So, I mean, honestly, we didn't have a single dud in this whole round. All of these are really, really nice pins. Any of these 4 could very legitimately go onto the final 2. Okay, so looking at these, do you feel like you definitely know who won both rounds?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm a little less certain, to be honest, so I'm going to kind of let you really help me with that then, as long as the one I am slightly leaning towards. I would say I'm like 55% to 45%. It's very close for me on both of these. Okay. So if you're going to agree with the one that I am leaning towards, we'll go with that.
Sounds good.
But if it's not, then we're going to have to talk it through, see if we can come to an agreement, and if not, we'll see what we do next.
It sounds fair.
All right, so let's talk first about the Taryn and Karen matchup, since that was our first matchup in the video.
That's my easier one to talk about anyway.
Okay. I really like all 4 pins. Like I said, up at the camera, none of these was a dud for me. I love Stormtroopers. I do prefer that to the Rey pin, but the Rey pin is very nice. I think that the style and the artwork on those pins is lovely. The hot air balloons, I think we did pull 2 of the best ones.
We did.
And they're already just lovely pins with glitter. I like the Minnie. I like the Rapunzel. I'm not sure if I have a favorite between them, actually. I really like them pretty equally.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, and I feel like I want to vote first and then explain my rationale. Does that make sense?
Okay, well, let me just also say, I do, like I said, I have one that I'm leaning towards, about 5%. Let's go ahead and just point to the one we're thinking about voting towards in 3, 2, 1. We both did pick the same one, so that officially is going to be the winner.
Yep.
I feel good about it, but I don't feel great about it.
No, and I think that shows...
Because I liked all of the pins.
And what I want to say before she reveals it is, I think that the loser of this pulled pins that were higher quality, that would have beaten either of the other 2.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I
think these were the number 1 and number 2 boxes that we pulled today.
Our number 1 seed falls to the underdog, but I think she would have been victorious in the other matchup.
So we're saying that the winner is Karen from Karen's USA Adventures, and Taryn, we feel so bad because we feel like you would have beaten the other two boxes that were up at the top. That was such a heart-wrenching one for me. But I think ultimately, if I could only have two of these pins in my collection, I would go with the Rapunzel and the Minnie.
Yeah, and for me, I think it comes down to no pin that was pulled was bad.
No, they were all good. I was really hoping for a dud.
But if you gave me, like, if I looked at the back of these pin boxes and I just got to pick which ones I got, I actually think I would have, for Karen, would have just grabbed these two.
Yeah.
So she got maybe my top 2 or 3, and I would have picked the Stormtrooper the same way from the other box, but Rey wouldn't have been the pick.
I do think that Rey is the weakest of the 4 pins, and that's why I was leaning towards the air pins.
If Rey had been like Kylo Ren, it changes my vote.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Just because, again, like, I think like it's a little bit more of a fun character, and it's a character I'm more excited about. So I just think that's what like sways me a little bit on it. And but it's so close. Like, I still think Rey's a top 4 pin pull in that box. It's just where it's like top 2, and this one just falls a little short. Like, but
that was a really heartbreaker for
by like a millimeter.
Really was.
It's a tough call, but we made it.
Okay, now I don't know what to do about the first matchup because I'm having the same feelings looking at these pins. I am, like I said, about 55% favoring one over the others 45%, so it's very close to me. Do you feel like you have a strong winner for the Rowan Vicki matchup?
No, I'm like a 5% winner again.
Oh, so both of us are feeling that way?
But I do feel like there's a winner though.
Okay. I'm just trying to like definitely look at the options again. See, I think for me, what this matchup came down to was that Rey was my least favorite pin. I don't feel that way about these 4 because I like all 4 of them a lot, but I do have a favorite pin amongst these 4. So I think I'm going to vote for my matchup that had my favorite pin.
While you hold it up, let's just point so the camera can see us do it. 3,
2, 1. Oh my gosh. We both voted for Vicky.
It was a big fight.
The Stitch and the Mickey were such good pins. But when it came down to it, I thought the Stitch was cute, I thought the Mickey was cute, I thought the ham was cute, and I really was blown away by like the silhouette of Wheezy singing into the microphone. It kind of just broke my heart in like the best possible way.
So when I was pulling for Vicky, I said I wanted ham, and we got him.
That's true.
And yet still, Wheezy's my favorite pin out of those 4 pins. So I think it's like I got the pin I wanted for Vicky, and then I also pulled a pin I somehow found was better. So I think that's why I just could not vote against Rawan, even though I think Stitch is a great pull.
Yeah.
And I think Mickey's a solid pull. I just think she needed something like Jack Skellington, or maybe is Maleficent in set 2?
Yes.
Something like that like the colors would have been a little more striking on the what do you call it, the clacker, whatever it is.
Whatever, the clapper board. I don't know what that thing is called. The take 1, take 2 board.
Whatever it is, that would have been maybe a slightly more striking pin.
So ultimately, these matchups were like very hard to decide, but we did pick winners. I'm proud of us for sticking to our guns. So I'm going to rearrange the board really quickly. And say goodbye and thank you so much. A big shout out to my friends Taryn and Rawan at TwinkleBellTerryn and Disney Damsels for providing everyone out there in YouTube land with just incredible Disney content all the time. They post a lot. You absolutely need to check out their channels, and it's a little sad for me, but at least these 2 really good friends did not have to face each other in the final round, and I'm pretty happy about that one, actually.
They will have a very glamorous after party.
Yes. For sure. And I do want to say a quick congratulations to Karen of Karen's USA Adventures and Vicky from Vixxen Lost in Disney for being the final 2 of the 16 YouTubers that were in this series.
They have a bunch of similarities.
Yeah, I know. I can't even believe it. First of all, just looking at them, they're both pink cards. 2
of the earliest to be backed by me in the competition.
You know what? I think these were your 2 favorites, ultimately card-wise and personality-wise to an extent, in this competition.
If I was like a sponsor in the Hunger Games, highly sought after. Like, I'd be out there lobbying for them. They'd be getting like their food.
So now,
timely.
I don't even know how you pick whether you're opening pins for Karen or Vicky, because you were supporting both of these girls hardcore from the beginning.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
Oh my goodness. See, I try to stay very neutral, supportive of my person, but like, I feel like you might have, maybe you've swayed me over this competition to pick your winners. I wonder.
Well, I mean, like I said, a good sponsor does that.
Yeah, both of them also UK-based YouTubers.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think, they might be the only UK YouTubers I really follow. That's very unlikely, just like statistically, that they were going to wind up as the final two.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to say to that. I didn't even know that. So this is news to me.
John's like backing you without really watching too much of your content.
No, I would say like she always.
He's like going based on like what I tell him about you guys.
That's not completely true because like she plays videos constantly on the house.
That's true when I'm doing my makeup or cleaning the house.
I mostly know everyone's voices.
That's true. He would know your voices better than your faces.
Pretty accurately too. Like I know whose voices are which.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I'm gonna keep their cards here with the pins that brought them to this final two status. And now I do want to say, I have 2 pin boxes left that I've been saving for the end of this competition. So the last 2 pin boxes are just amazing. I'm not going to say they necessarily fit these YouTubers. They are, though, just here for like a spectacular ending.
This is like the fireworks display.
That's what I was kind of thinking. This is like no matter who the final 2 were, these were the boxes I was going to open. So we have 2 limited release boxes, one that is very current and one that is older, and they're both just lovely. And I would say that they each have some distinct advantages over the other, but I think that the advantages kind of actually cancel each other out, and I'll explain what I mean when I show you what they are. So again, here are our final 2. Congratulations, Vicky and Karen. Okay, are you guys ready? The final 2 boxes in this competition are going to be the recent one first, the Sleeping Beauty 60th Anniversary Edition, where all of, I'm sure you've seen by now a lot of YouTubers opening these, all of the pins look like pages from the Sleeping Beauty storybook.
That's cool.
They're very, very beautiful, and one advantage is it's current. One other advantage is that all the pins are beautiful. And another advantage is that I have not ever opened this before, and I'm only opening this one in this video, so 0 chance of doubles. The other box is some people's favorite box that I've ever opened, I'm pretty sure. Already an advantage. It's older, an advantage in a way. Like I said, this had an advantage because it's newer, because it's like the hot ticket. This is an advantage because it's really, really, really hard to get your hands on. So that's what I'm saying, like the advantages kind of cancel each other out.
That makes sense.
These were also kind of hard to get your hands on. But the Royal Hall mystery set, and better known as like the Princess Throne series, and like these pins are beautiful. Advantage.
Trade really well, right?
They do trade very well. And this one has chasers, which is pretty cool. That's definitely an advantage.
So if you pull a chaser, it's going to be really hard to lose.
Disadvantages now for each set. Disadvantage, I don't want every pin that's in this Sleeping Beauty set. I'm not trying to collect the whole thing. I think there are some that fit me and like what I want better, and that's definitely going to be a factor. Disadvantage of the Royal Hall set, I already have a bunch of these.
Gotta be objective.
I do like all of them though, and there's only one I'm not that fond of, and it's the Merida pin. So I'll show you guys all the options, and then we'll decide which YouTuber will be represented by each box, and we're having our final matchup in our March Madness Disney Mystery Pin unboxing series. So here's that Sleeping Beauty 60th anniversary pin. I think this might be the prettiest box front I've ever seen. And then on the back, there are just a ton of options, and you can see how they're designed like a storybook. I most want the Maleficent pins in this set, but there are a couple others I also think are nice. And I do have 2 of these to open for you in the future on this channel, probably in a week or 2. But this is the only one of these we'll be opening today. And finally, the Royal Hall series. I'm so excited about this, guys. I bought a couple of these in the summertime, and I've been holding on to this one for this exact moment, so I'm very excited about opening it. But I have opened a bunch of Snow Whites, and that's not my favorite princess to start with, so I'm really hoping not to get the Snow White, and I don't love Merida, so I'm hoping not to get the Merida. I really need the Belle. I've actually been lucky enough to open 2 of the chasers, which are Pocahontas and I can't remember. It will come to me. But the other one that I need to open still is Aurora. So if there's any chance Aurora could be in here, that would be pretty darn cool. But yeah, there are some I'm like less excited about as well. Okay, so now we have to decide which fits which person. Now I will say I know Karen has been buying a lot of Sleeping Beauty things, so I kind of I'm leaning towards giving Karen the Sleeping Beauty box. I wish that I had a Villains really cool limited box to do for Vicky. She's more of a Villains fan. But what we also could do is we could just pick completely at random. Like, I could just even like hold these behind my back and you pick who gets what.
Alright, but who am I picking for is the bigger question.
Oh.
Because these are my like 2 that I supported.
That's true.
I'm a little nervous that if I don't back Karen here, that I'll lose the free drinks I was offered in Vegas. Like, I'm highly concerned.
I'm pretty sure Karen has been bribing you a little bit, and Vicky has not tried to bribe you.
So Vicky has promised nothing, and it's kind of too late at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we're filming this, and like at the chance of being biased, I think I need to support the one that's promised me things.
I am very happy to support Vicky, so I think that that is absolutely fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You can support Karen, I'll support Vicky. Neither of them will mind being supported by either of us, I feel. It's all good. It's all love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these behind my back.
Okay, do I reach direct to grab one?
No.
I should. Wait, my arms are long enough.
They are not.
Hold on.
They are not long enough. Oh my god, they are long. You have long arms. No. Wait, hold on. No. You're going to tap me on the shoulder. First, you're going to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, tap me on the shoulder for Karen's. Well, it looks like Karen's actually the one opening the Royal Hall series. And it looks like Vicky will be the one with the Sleeping Beauty series. Okay, pretty cool. Oh, you know what?
Because we're royalty.
I am hoping to get Maleficent in here, so Vicky, we're really, really hoping to get our villain lady right there. Or villain dragon lady. I'd be really happy with that too.
And she's gonna have to go first because Karen was the number 4 seed.
Okay,
so
I'll go first. I have no
she's still
problem
the
with that.
underdog.
I've been like dying to open these pins. This box is also really heavy. These pins are super hefty. I'm kind of surprised they only have 1 pin post. Alright, so again, the ones I'm really rooting for are anything that have to do with Maleficent, including her, her sidekick Diablo. I also wouldn't mind the parents because I like collecting Disney dads, so I wouldn't mind getting Aurora's dad. And then maybe the one with the fairies in their fairy attire. They have the fairies in their like human look too. I'd be more interested in getting the ones with the fairy attire, or Aurora and Prince Philip together because I do like couples. But there are a couple I'm like, if I didn't mention them, I'm like a little less excited about them. Let's see. Whew, this is a large pin. Oh my goodness.
I guess they have to be like legible because it's a book.
Yeah, you want to be able to read it for sure. All right, I just want to read the back real quick of the pin. I'm going to hide the front. Even from the back, it looks like a storybook. That's pretty.
It does.
And it says limited release Sleeping Beauty 60th. This is really lovely. I don't really show backs, but this was a nice one. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Come on, Maleficent. Oh no, definitely not one of the ones I was hoping for.
What does it say?
It says, a daughter was born. They called her Aurora. Aurora, sweet Aurora.
So you got like the first pin in the set?
It might well be. No, the first one is the mom and the dad. This one is just the mom holding baby Aurora.
It's a beautiful pin.
And it is lovely, but at this point in our lives, a baby is not something we're
more the
too psyched about.
We're more the Maleficent.
We're more into the Maleficent side of things, I guess.
How dare we not be invited? That's more us.
I do think this pin is lovely. The rose detailing is gorgeous. This is a hard pin to argue against, but I will say, kind of a pin I don't really see keeping in my collection.
I appreciate that.
I'm being honest.
Because I can't be here to support Vicky, that you like pointed out the details.
Yeah.
She's learned. She's learned what gets her people through the competition.
Well, let me be like the John about it. Like, oh, do you see this purple bookmark? I mean, that's my favorite. Purple's my favorite color. So I gotta get the purple. This is a horrible John voice that I'm doing. It doesn't sound like you at all.
Good.
I need that fake mustache back from our Magic Door unboxing. But no, the crown on the queen is lovely. The queen herself, really, I am always very impressed by how they made Aurora and her mom look so similar.
Yeah.
Like, she really does look like the queen's daughter. And I do, like I said, I love the details. I love that it just looks like a book, but to be fair, every pin in the set looks like a book.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm kind of hoping now that you get a middle of the road throne.
Alright, we're going back to back too, so it's going to be... Oh, I'm trying to think of what this is. Oh, I got it. I saw the throne and didn't get it right away. It's Princess and the Frog.
Okay, I would say that's more towards my bottom, actually. I do have this one, so it's not like blowing me away by like, yay, help me complete the set.
I'm trying to think. I guess I understand why it would be near the bottom because I think it's a little hard to read.
Yeah, kind of.
So I think like, I actually...
The colors are nice.
The back of it's really nice, but I don't know what it's supposed to represent.
I have to say I'm kind of relieved a little bit because I'm not loving this pin, but I'm not necessarily loving this pin either. I think we both, hopefully, both these boxes started out with their weaker pin. That's my wish.
To defend the pin, I'll give a few things. I like the lily pad as the seat.
Yes.
That seems very fitting.
That is cool.
I think the colors on the back of the chair that are very glittery and blue look really nice.
The glitter is nice.
I wish I'd seen the movie recently because I don't know what that represents.
The glitter?
Like, why does it have a glittery blue back?
Oh, I think it's just the coloring, honestly. But I do like the flowers at
the
the
top.
There's flowers at the top are pretty lovely.
So I guess I think the things that are more frog-esque, like the lily pad, I like. And I just get the things I don't understand, like why it's blue, or like why I'm like, okay, it's only, I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I feel like we're kind of tied.
Yeah, it's a dead heat at the moment.
They're both beautiful pins, though.
They are. Here is Vicky's first pin. Again, it's lovely. Look at all the roses from this corner to the bottom of this page. The bookmark is lovely, but I think the bookmark's in every pin. It starts with that capital scrolly A already right here. It's nice. I just also don't see this fitting in my collection long term. I think the Tiana throne is very nice. I'm using the word nice a lot. I didn't really notice the lily pad seat until John pointed it out, and I think that's a really cool detail. And, you know, the bottom of the chair kind of looks like the bottom of Tiana's ball gown. You have this pretty flower detail up here. But ultimately, I will say I'm kind of having the same reaction to both of these pins, which is they're not my faves. And if I didn't have this pin already, I'd be happy to add it to my collection. But since I do already have it, I'm also not getting that like rush of excitement of completing a set.
So I'm up now.
You're up, and a slam dunk pin for either of these would be great. Because I actually don't know if we can get much worse unless you have the Merida pin. That's the only pin I'm like really would just be like, no matter what's in Vicky's, I'd probably vote against.
I like the Merida pin. I don't get the Merida hate.
Oh, I really hope that is that because you have the Merida pin? Is that the one you have?
No, I did peek at my pin because I was nervous.
Oh no.
I usually don't, but I think we hit it out of the ballpark. We have it's not a chaser, but it is the Belle throne. And I'm talking, this pin is awesome.
Wow, now that gives me the feels.
It's like Belle in the gold dress as a chair.
I love it.
Which is kind of like me thinking like if Belle had been in the castle when they all got turned into things, Belle might have been turned into this chair.
I love that idea, John.
Yeah, thank you.
And I have to say, this is really making me think about Karen, because Karen's been opening the cast member exclusive Beauty and the Beast What's My Name pins, and she just opened a couple that she just sent to me. I haven't gotten them yet, but she sent them to me just out of the goodness of her own heart, and that was so sweet. So this is totally making me think of Karen also. I do think this is the right box now for Karen to get.
Yeah, and they nailed
Meant
it.
To be.
Because like, if you think of like the royal chairs, they kind of like little like handholds kind of at the end of like the thrones.
Okay.
The roses on this, which I think is a
really
really nice touch.
Oh, I
and
did not notice that.
At the top of her chair is a little like simplified beast face.
Whoa, the details are sick.
So like when you look up close, there's a lot of things to look at, even though it's all kind of like that same gold color. I think they really hit a lot of details in this throne. So
I would say of all the princess thrones, this looks maybe the most throne-like to me.
This is how you finish up a victory in March Madness.
Well, let's just see. Now, if this is a Maleficent pin, we're still hugely in the running. And I will say, if it's not a Maleficent pin, that's pretty much a Karen victory, I would say.
It seems like it.
Okay. Oh no.
I thought I saw a Prince face.
It's just Prince Philip. It's another one that I'm just pretty ambivalent about. I don't want to sit here and like be like, this could match the Belle pin. No, it can't. That Belle was like a slam dunk for me. And this pin also has imperfections in it, which is unfortunate. Do you see like all these little...
Oh, it does.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, I was gonna try to defend it and say maybe they're not imperfections or just like on purpose.
I just don't even love the prince too much either. I don't think it's like the most eye-catching pin. It says, it was a fearsome battle. The prince finally threw his sword and struck the dragon in the heart. Well, you know what? That is fitting because I feel like this pin also struck Vicky right in the heart.
This pin caused a huge parade in the UK around Karen's house. And she's now the queen on her Belle throne.
Well, I will give you guys a close-up before we officially decide the winner.
Yeah.
Here is the Belle throne. I'm so excited to add this to my Belle pin board. Here's what John was saying, that they have the roses at the sides of the throne and then the simplified beast mask, and all the glitter is totally killing me. I love this pin so much. And just an unfortunate pull, really. I still do like the rose detailing on the book. I still like the bookmark. I still like how they start with the fancy letter. But if you can see kind of like the imperfections that are going down this page, that's not great. I'd be willing to overlook it if it were a Maleficent pin, but alas, it is not. So this one also will not be finding a permanent home in my collection. So here are the pins that were opened on behalf of these ladies throughout the day, and I have to say, Karen probably did have just the strongest pins when you think of both matchups already. So I don't think we need to decide this like for too long. Do you want to just point to our winner of the March Madness series?
This is when I like betray Karen in shocking fashion. But yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Karen! Congrats.
I think you're going to definitely have to follow through with some drinks over here for this one, who he picked the Princess Throw-In set, to be fair, at random, but yep, for you, and he really definitely defended your pins throughout this whole pin series too. I really did, and Vicky until she got into the unfortunate matchup against Karen. Yeah, but I think these are two really amazing YouTubers. If you haven't been checking them out, I don't know what you're waiting for. You definitely need to go do that right now. All of the YouTubers mentioned in this video will have links down below to a video I've really enjoyed of theirs recently, so make sure to go check them out. And again, one last congratulations to my friend Karen of Karen's USA Adventures. Can you believe you're the ultimate March Madness winner? I don't know how I'm going to start opening mystery pins again without like some kind of shtick behind it. This was really fun. I will definitely be doing this again next year for March Madness. And I'm kind of thinking I might need to up the amount of YouTubers that get involved. Oh, that would be a little intense. It's going to be intense. So if you have a Disney YouTube channel, make sure I know about it so I can, over the next year, see who I want to include in my next March Madness series. So let me know if you have any ideas for a pin unboxing. I'd be happy to take your recommendation into account. Let me know if there's any Disney YouTubers I did not include in this series that you would have loved to see included, or if I just need to know about them. Thank you so much to every awesome Disney YouTuber out there and for every awesome subscriber out there who make us actually have someone to talk to out there in YouTube land. Without you, we would definitely not be doing this right now. That would be silly, talking to no one. But thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Don't forget, 30 videos in April.